Hello to the wonderful Dynamics 365 Power Platform community. First of all, this is Dipesh wishing you a very happy Republic Day in India. This is the power of the biggest democracy in the world. So, to celebrate our Republic Day today, I wish all of you who are listening and or tuning in from India or who belong from India a very happy Republic Day, and to others as well in the world. This is celebration of democracy. So, I want to wish you a very happy Republic Day here from India. Now, coming back to the core topic, today we are going to talk about Power of Sales Insights again. That's the playlist that I'm doing, or that's a YouTube series I'm doing since some months now. And today we are entering volume 6. We are going to talk about email engagement features. For those of you who are not aware about me, let's quickly look at the next one. Next slide. A bit about me. Well, I've been contributing to the community for almost close to a decade now and been around with the dynamic space since CRM 4.0 version, so I've been quite old and then lately into Power Platform. I've been blogging and I've been doing podcasts. There's a season 2 going on for Power Advice right now. I have my YouTube channel with 596 subscribers, almost 59 videos, a lot of content out there. You can just scan the QR codes to get in touch, or LinkedIn as well, and you can follow my tech tweets and power shots. That's what I do. Apart from that, on Twitter, I just share power shots of my rides. So you can follow me on Twitter as well. And I'm Dipesh Somani. My full-time role is at Dynamicity. I have been doing my work here for almost 4 years around Dynamics 365 and Power Platform. And I've been around with Dynamics as a technology for 11 and a half years now. So just feel free to reach out to me and let's quickly continue to our topic at hand. Today we are going to talk about email engagement in volume 6, so I will straight away get into the introduction. I've got a lot of handful feedback from the community and those who have been following my YouTube channel specifically that I should be more focused towards hands-on. Yeah, I accept the feedback. I'm going to be making this theoretical parts very crisp, but I found that there's a kind of limitation of understanding the theoretical concept as well. So that's why my videos are always going to have that kind of flavor to it. However, let's first get into email engagement. What is email engagement? It helps users in our organization receive alerts and reminders that help build customer relationships around emails. So this is a feature that is available within Sales Insights, as you can see. And under global settings, the first thing you need to do is you need to enable that capabilities, right? So just like we have been following Sales Assistant and other features within this powerful tool, Sales Insights, the cards part of it and the reminders and actionable kind of things that you can do. Email engagement is set of features more focused towards the email kind of functionality, giving you some reminders or helping you out with certain important analytics with respect to the emails you're sending to your stakeholders, and that can be a customer, that can be an individual company, it can be a partner, or it can be somebody else into your organization or the way you do your business. So let's quickly understand more about this one. So under the sales insights in the email engagement section, you have to grant certain permissions to agree to the terms and conditions, and this is to do with email engagement. The one which you are seeing on the screen is the standard one, which you need to enable to have this feature auto rolled into your organization, and this will sit under the sales insight settings. So typically you'll find it under settings area of your tenant or your organization or instance, the way you pronounce it. And that's where you can grant this permission to see the set of features you're going to study in the coming time over a demo. Once you do that, a confirmation message is displayed in a tab where you need to give some access to the particular tenant. So I have given something in the example from a previous screenshot which I was doing for a customer in one of my demos, and this is not actually a customer instance, just to correct me there. And then you can close the tab and proceed to set up the email engagement. You need to give the consent on behalf of your organization, so be careful when you do that. You can quickly read the particular details. The links are available on this pop-up, as well as the terms and services agreement is also available on the previous screen that we saw. Once you accept this, then you can continue on to get the email engagement configured. What happens once it is enabled for your organization? It is enabled and ready to use, then you're going to get a message like this: permission granted, APIs are successfully created. So once you have this up and running, that's when you can see the things that I'm going to show in the demonstration piece now. I know some of you must have been waiting till this point in the video. We'll quickly get into the demonstration of email engagement now. Alright, so let's quickly get into demo as usual, right? So here into the email engagement, let's see what the email engagement capabilities are going to get us into our organization and how does it help. This is a mail that has been sent from my organization to AdventureWorks company, and this is we have not heard from you in a while. We're not here for you from you in a while. We wanted to make sure that you are still having a great experience with us. Now, what happens when you send such a mail from your organization? You're trying to build that kind of engagement with your customers or some other stakeholders that you do business with, right? So, how do I track that? So, on this side, on the right hand side of your screen, you should be able to see email engagement capabilities. And what are the kinds of things that I can do with this? First of all, recipient activity will not be followed. If you do not follow a recipient activity, what the recipient does with this particular email is not traceable to you. So what do I need to do to, as a customer, to follow this activity? What AdventureWorks or whoever opens it at AdventureWorks is going to do? I'll just click on follow, and then it will say an attachment file will be replaced with trackable attachment links. Are you sure you want to continue? And yes, there is some kind of tracking it will need to do. So you need to say okay to that. And now this will be followed. So as soon as the recipient will do something on this email, it will be traceable to you. Another thing is delivery of this email will be delayed to particular time. So today is 26th of January 2021 and it will be delayed till 1 a.m. Now, this is a scheduled email. This is an example of a mail which was scheduled to be sent later. Sometimes, as per the convenience of your customer, you want to schedule something in a different time because you might be working in a different time zone or your customer might be traveling or whatever might be the case and you want to make it more convenient. That is also possible. Those kinds of capabilities are also available to you via email engagement. So you can always schedule it, you can remove the delay, or you can just say change schedule. So if I click on change schedule, which I'm going to do in this example, I'll get a pop-up on when do I want to send it. So let's say I wanted to send it on 27th now because today is a public holiday or a national holiday in India. So I will just want to make that change and say, okay, I don't want to disturb my customer over a national holiday with a mail like this. So I'll just delay it by a day. These kinds of capabilities are manual. There is other side to this as well, which we are also going to see. Now, I also want to set up a reminder for myself while sending an email. Certain emails are important and I want to set up a reminder for myself that if after certain time that email is not responded or I don't see any traceability to what's going on with that email, I want to get my head around and set up a reminder for myself. That is also possible. I can set up a reminder for myself if I do not receive a reply by. First is if I do not receive a reply by. What are my other options? If the email is not opened by, so that traceability also comes, right? If the customer has not even opened the mail, then also I can go ahead and trace it or remind me anyways. Irrespective of what is happening, what the customer is doing, I still want to get responded and I also want to see what to follow up with that particular customer. I'm continuously taking the example for customer. This can be anybody. It can be any contact you deal with. It can be any stakeholder. It can be some interdepartmental activity also that you were trying to do via Dynamics 365 emails. So that you can mention and you can set up a comment. So right now I'm not setting up a reminder. Those facilities exist. That was the idea of showcasing this particular set of functionalities. In the next screen, we are seeing the 360-degree view, which we normally end up having at account or contact level. I'm taking the example of account with Adatum Corporation. We are seeing activity timeline and what kind of email engagement capabilities help over here. So here also you can clearly see what is scheduled to be sent. So two of these mails are scheduled to be sent, one of which is at 27th of one is on today, which I was trying with this particular demonstration. Then there are some emails which are existent from Dynamicity admin which are overdue. So those kinds of traceability are also available to you, which are overdue, and those are also available to me for a quick view here. So it gives me a quick 360-degree view as far as the activity timeline is concerned, and that kind of marking is also available for me to be able to see it here. I might not always be going to the email activity area of Dynamics 365 application, but I will seldom not go to account or contact. That is not there. You always end up going there because you're trying to see something with this particular customer information. So here is where you can also have that kind of information available to you from email engagement perspective. Another great feature which email engagement provides to me is the suggestion. So right now I'm sitting in the Indian time zone and I'm going to pick a customer from US, and then let's see what the email engagement capabilities suggest to me. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to quickly find my different customers over here. I'm going to look for City Power and Light. Here it is. I'm just going to say City Power and Light. The moment I do it, let's focus on this right hand side of the screen. It is outside business hours for City Light Power Light, an example. We suggest you send this email on 27th of 1st, 3 am your time, my time. And that's intelligent, right? That's a lot of intelligence at play. I do not want to be disturbing my customer at this time in the night. And when I'm working for my different customers in North America and Europe, that's quite helpful for me in the business that we do, which is IT. It might be very relevant for you also in your business. It might be one country with multiple time zones. It might be an international organization where the customers or other stakeholders are across different time zones. What I can do in that case, I wish to send this, right? So I can just say delay send, and again I can delay it to that particular time. It is auto selected, and I can just say okay, so that might be the first mail to be dropped to that customer or that stakeholder, to that contact. So that's neat. So I hope that this part was also useful for your understanding. How is this determined, right? That is also something you might be interested in knowing. Microsoft documentation is a great place to find it, but if I give you a one-liner on this, how it is determined, it is dependent on the customer location, and the typical working hours will be conducted or considered based on that. And that's clearly marked in the Microsoft documentation. I would suggest you to go through the email engagement documentation to have a further read on to that. There's one little functionality which I also wanted to showcase, which I'm going to move to next. Straight away moving to the particular functionality, the templates have existed in Dynamics 365 application for a while. It has been fine-tuned. There are a lot of good experiences around it, which I wanted to showcase the best way of doing it. So around email, that's why I wanted to add this to this functionality. It's the best way to use it. So you have the ability based on what your to recipient is, you have the ability to directly insert a template. Now, what is better? There are a lot of templates available. Let's say account reconnect. So once you see that, you will get a preview over here how the mail is going to look. And you can have different kinds of templates that used to exist in Dynamics earlier as well. However, this the way of producing it is changed. Now, what I can do is, let's say I applied this template. Now I wanted to make some further change and further changes and clarification. And thanks in advance. Let's say I want to change it a bit. Thanks in advance. And then I want to say regards rather than thanks, plain and simple like this, and say Dynamicity admin. Now what happens next? And that's behind me, so some of this typing might not be visible, might be visible to you. I think most of it is visible. Now what I want to do is I want to save this as my own template. Yes, you can convert this to an email template directly. And you can just click on here and give this a template name. So unsubscribe Dynamicity template, and then I can say is it set for individual, organization, what is the category of this one, this is for user category or some other entity. I'm saying it individual or organization depending on who would want to use it. I'm just picking individual for now and say convert, and this email will be straightforward converted to a template. Now what happens with the template? Next time if I go on activities, so let me quickly get into the activities area, click on email again. And normally we have the ability or habit of using similar kinds of things for different customers for generic things, right? So if I click on insert template now, I am going to be able to find my Dynamicity template over here. Now that also depends on which kinds of user I'm dealing with. Unsubscribe Dynamicity template. It is available to me over here. I can say apply template, and straight away it has been applied. So these are the set of email facilities, I might call, email engagement features that are available to you with Dynamics 365 application. I hope this was of use to you, and take care. In case you want to connect with me now, here are a variety of ways which you can connect with me. Power 365 as usual till we meet next week again to continue Power of Sales Insights, our YouTube series that has been going on for some months. And thereafter there are more to come on my channel. If you are into podcasting, you don't forget my season 2. I've done 2 episodes so far. I come back every 2 weeks on a Thursday. Blogs, yes, I've started to blog again. There's a Power 2021 series going on. You can also read blogs if you are through blog that you are interested to read and learn. If you're more of a reader, that's the way to learn alongside me. You can get in touch to me via LinkedIn for any kind of professional networking advice. Feel free to get in touch. I can respond. Sometimes it does take me time based on my schedules and the time zone I'm working with. Then if you want to follow tech tweets or power shots, here's my Twitter handle. Again saying Power 365 as usual guys, stay safe and continue to learn.